Thank you. And do we have an affidavit of publication on file?
We do.
And a current copy of the Open Meetings Act is posted in the back of the council chambers. Ms. Powers, Administrator's Report, please.
Thank you. Hopefully everyone is staying safe and warm during these frigid temperatures, and it's safe to say that winter is finally caught up with us. I do want to thank all of our city employees who are helping to keep us safe during these winter weather events. Obviously our snowplow drivers for everything they're doing. Also our parks and recreation crews for keeping, for keeping our sidewalks cleared. And our first responders, our EMS and our police who are having to go out in all of this and help people. So thank you to each of you. I'm grateful for all of you. And it's time for another National Citizen Survey to gauge our residents' opinions about various aspects of Papillion's quality of life. Surveys started going out today to 3,000 randomly selected in-town city residents. It starts with getting a little postcard, and then the survey follows up later. And those of you who want to participate but who did not receive the postcard, there will be an open period to fill that out starting on March 17th. So keep an eye out for that, either through the postcard and survey through the mail or through the open participation period. And the city will receive the survey results in spring, and like the years past, we'll share those results with the public on our city website and make those public for everybody. And then the Papillion Fire MFO met today for its quarterly meeting. And just a few quick updates from that. Fire Engine 5 has been ordered and delivery has been pushed back to late 2025 or early 2026. If you remember last time we talked about it, it was supposed to be spring of 2025. There were some chassis issues which have delayed being able to receive that. And then Medic Unit 3 has also been ordered, and that anticipated delivery date is sometime in the year 2026, and that's still on the initial track for that. And then the new fire training center at the Public Works site, which I think several of our firefighters are really excited about, is getting closer to getting completed. Its planned completion is for the spring when the weather warms up, and the big thing keeping that right now is it's just too cold to get the footings in the ground, but everything else is ready once the footings are in. The MFO made a recommendation during today's meeting to start collecting a new EMS fee on a limited basis, and that recommendation will now go to the F&A committee for consideration with the next master fee schedule amendment. And that F&A committee meeting will be on March 4th, so you'll see that if you're in that committee, along with a couple of other recommended fee increases. And then just a quick FYI, Mayor Black, Mark, and I, along with a couple council members and city staff members, will be in Lincoln next week, Monday and Tuesday, for the league's midwinter conference. And during those 2 days, Mark and I will still be available. We'll just be a little limited, not as quick to respond, but please reach out to either one of us if something comes up while we're gone. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Councilman Klug. Second by Councilman Fanslow. Any proponents or opponents? Council discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays. Motion
passes. Next is item D1, Ordinance 2035, an ordinance to amend Article 4 zoning district regulations of the Papillion Municipal Code having to do with the frontage required for lots. The applicant's the city of Papillion. Is there a councilman who will introduce? Introduced by Councilman Glover. Item D2, Ordinance 2048, an ordinance to amend Chapter 85 Animals to amend Section 85-1 Definitions of Article 1 Definitions, Section 85-6 Prohibited Keeping of Animals of Article 2 General Provisions, and Section 85-14B of Article 3 Dogs and Cats, and to renumber Article 7 Enforcement Violations and Penalties as Article 8 Enforcement Violations and Penalties, to create Article 7 Chickens, all to adopt regulations for the keeping and licensing of chickens, submitted by Councilman Gaines. Is there a councilman who will introduce? Introduced by Councilman Gaines. Thank you. And if somebody is here in the audience interested in that, an ordinance takes 3 council meetings to pass. The first one is an introduction by a council member to make it official. The second meeting then is the public hearing where the public can come up and speak, and then there's no action that night. The third one and then is when there's council discussion and a vote. So March 4th will be public comments, and then whatever that meeting after that is and there will be council discussion. Item D3, ordinance 2049, an ordinance to amend section 175-8 of the Papillion Municipal Code regarding telecommunications occupation tax to coincide with amendments to Nebraska Revised Statute 86704. Councilman will introduce. Introduced by Councilman Klug. Item E1, ordinance 2047, an ordinance to amend Chapter 1, Article 3 of the Papillion Municipal Code to create a criminal violation for failure to appear. It's a public hearing. I'll open it. Do we have any proponents or opponents? Close the public hearing. Item F1, ordinance 2046, an ordinance to amend Section 190-5 of the Papillion Municipal Code to allow for vehicle enforcement in parks and trails. Is there a motion to approve ordinance 2046? Motion by Councilman Glover, second by Councilman Gaines. Any discussion? Please vote.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
Motion passes. It's all the regular agenda items. Committee reports, I think F&A met. Mr. Ingberg, you're the chair.
Thank you, Mayor. We completed our review of the five-year water and sewer study. We began the review of it before the last council meeting, completed tonight, and there'll be a recommendation coming from the committee. We chose an option for both water and sewer for you to consider for the next 5-year water and sewer plan, and that'll be forthcoming soon.
Thank you very much, and thanks for all of the work on that. Any comments from the floor? Anybody want to speak? Seeing none, council comments. Just the last couple of weeks, the Sarpy Chamber Government Affairs, they meet on a monthly basis while the legislature's in session looking at bills. Didn't really take any action other than getting some updates. The downtown businesses, mainly the newer businesses, have done some creative things to draw attention. They had a chili feed, and it was just kind of an impromptu thing. Hey, one employee of one business against another, but they put it out on social media. It kind of went viral, and they ended up with about 8 businesses participating, and they did it as a charity event, and so the winner got to turn the money over to their charity. So the downtown businesses are doing some really creative things, so it's good to see them working as a neighborhood down there. United Cities is meeting every week during the legislative session. Every Monday we get an update on what's going on. So again, just reinforce if there's any bills that you specifically care about, make sure we're aware of those. We've got a mechanism now to better track those real time as they go through the legislature, and so we can monitor those if you have any of interest. And on the legislature for the United Cities, I'm going down Thursday and Friday to testify at the Revenue Committee. 2 of the bills, during a couple of months ago, I gave you the sheet of the bills that we were interested in, and some of those did get put in, and 2 of them related to sales tax are having their hearings this week. So the one on the submission of sales tax, we know today when a retailer submits their sales tax, we don't always get that. It might go to another jurisdiction because they're going off of zip code, and all of our zip codes are shared. So there's a bill in there to work with address, hopefully through GIS, because then they can actually hit the jurisdictional boundary. So I'll be testifying on that one. And then the other one, we always talk about sales tax is not auditable from the local perspective. And we've got a bill in there to give us more information so we can begin auditing sales tax. My guess is Department of Revenue will probably come in opposition. The state chamber may come in opposition, but we'll see if they go. I don't have a lot of hope they'll get passed, but at least it'll help continue the conversation. So again, if you've got bills that you're interested in, let us know and we'll track those. We also had a meeting regarding the Sarpy Douglas County Law Enforcement Agency. That agreement's up for renewal, so we're looking how's that working, how should it work. Hoping soon that renewal of that agreement will come in front of you. So we had a meeting with the other cities in relation to that. And then we had the 55 Plus Club had their annual Valentine's deal. The Livista and the Papillion Senior Centers go together and serve lunch to the seniors. It's always a great event. Councilwoman Klug, thanks for doing that. A lot of department heads and then some of the electeds from city council were there. So that's always a great thing that the rec does. And then just again, a thanks to Public Works for the snow. Seen a lot of positive comments on social media thanking them, so we just want to make sure that word gets there. Reinforce the citizen survey went out. That's been a really important survey. This will be now the 4th time we've done that. We do it about every 3 years, and that really informs a lot of what we do. So when we get those results back, I anticipate then we'll use that to form the basis for a council retreat. So in the next month or so, we'll probably be reaching out to you to see what maybe how we want to format that and what we want to do in a council retreat. But we don't want to do that until we get those survey results, because I think that informs us the most. And then I think that's most of everything. Any other council comments? If not, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Councilman Glover, second by Councilman Gaines. Please vote.
Ayes, 0 nays.
We are adjourned. Stay warm.
Golf ad hoc.
Oh, golf ad hoc is going to meet.